I mean, it's a balance because like you don't really sleep the first couple of days, but then you're excited that you're like a parent now. So it kind of like blended in a way where I had a bit more purpose, and I was just like, just like ready to go. Even if I had a kid 2 days prior to a game, I feel like I've kind of was able to adapt as fast as I could to be ready for the game, and then yeah, final whistle blew, and I was right back home. So yeah.
Drake, I want to ask you, just piggybacking on that, even though it's just a few weeks, but how has it changed your perspective to wake up in the morning, come to work as a parent, when you leave the game as a parent? Has it changed your life and just in the way you approach the game?
Yeah, immensely. I mean, I think my life's forever changed. I think anybody who becomes a parent, their the instant that the baby gets here, their life changes so much. So my perspectives change in that I'm of course I've always supported my family, but now that there's a little baby that's fully dependent on me, I've begin to prioritize her as much as I can. Of course, I have to come in, train, and play games, but at the end of the day, like my daughter is the most important thing to me. And she's only what? She was 2 weeks old yesterday, so she's already grown so much. And just to see that growth, to be there as a dad every day, is a blessing, and it's an opportunity for me to grow. I'm learning so much, and there's I have plenty of teammates who have kids, so they've been supportive and asking questions. They're asking how I'm doing, so it's made the um, the start, I guess, to this new chapter in my life a bit smoother. And yeah, I'm
This
just
third year just became another. There's another
yeah. I
baby,
guess
right?
September is the month of babies, But yeah, it's great to welcome her into the world, and again, for me to be in a position to support my family like this is great.
And her name is it Berkeley?
It's Berkeley, yeah.
The
After your
real
college.
question, Drake, have you changed that diapers already?
I've changed a lot of diapers. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm ready. I'm ready for everything. I'm burping her. I'm changing diapers. Um, you know, rocking her to sleep. Pretty much anything I can do to support my wife, I'll do that because, yeah, just going through that experience of birth is a lot. So really anything that I can't complain anymore. I mean, she brought her in here. I'm like, all right, whatever you need me to do, I'm here to do it.
That's the right
you're
answer.
gonna
Yeah.
get a tattoo.
Good
You're gonna
answer.
get so hard.
Are
Trust
you
me.
still going to bed at 9 p.m. like you told us?
It's funny. Last night we went up at 9, and you might sleep for an hour, get up, you're up for 30 minutes, and you might be down for 2 hours. So it's kind of just whatever the baby needs, we're there for her, and it's different. I may not get a full 8 hours. I may get 4 or 5, but then you might fit a little 30-minute nap in there, and then it all adds up. And the thing for me is, I don't really think of it as losing sleep. It's just spending more time with the baby when she needs me. So,
Drake,
yeah.
how did the last two games leave you guys? You guys were a bit frustrated after the final whistle. Two draws and got away from you. How do you guys feel?
Yeah, I mean, we want to win every game, like we said. I mean, that's kind of was like our goal, was just to go and compete and get wins, and especially when they're games where we feel like we should have won, they almost feel like a loss. We have to remember that we got points from those games, but of course we have a standard on this team that whether it's home or away, we go to get 3 points. So I think one that motivates us to bounce back tomorrow night and get a win at home. And yeah, it's important to go through those moments because we learn. Again, it's like a continual process of learning of how to game manage, how to prepare, how to compete in different environments, and so we're motivated to go and do the best we can these last 4 games.
You guys are
Drake.
competitors. Goal scorers like to score goals, and goalkeepers like to get clean sheets. As a team, you guys can break the all-time single season points record in MLS. How big of a goal is that for you guys?
I mean, if that happens, great. I think for us, we want to win Supporters Shield. We want to be top of the table, and if the points record comes with that, great. But again, the most important thing is winning, and if we win those games, then it'll happen.
Drake, I want to ask you about. Oh,
Go ahead.
Drake. Yeah. Do you feel like all season this team, from the minute that obviously that all these stars showed up, and then this year, you guys have been on top of the table, pretty much every single week. The expectations are that this team has. It's like a foregone conclusion. This team is going to win MLS Cup. This team can win Supporter Shield. You're so far ahead. How much pressure does that put on the team now that you are in late September and like it's kind of time to deliver now for all these fans that are expecting that you guys are going to do this? Do you feel like the pressure is mounting now that the playoffs are approaching?
It's really right. It's like a team that has to win. Whenever you heard that, it's an interesting idea. But again, I think with the quality that we have, we feel like we can win every game. We can compete. We can win trophies. I think we take it day by day, game by game. That pressure kind of lessens, and it's not like there's this. Doesn't feel like we have to. We just have to, one game at a time. I think that's an important
Is
mindset
that
to
hard
have.
to do when everyone is seeing your team with the stars that you have? Is it hard to go game at a time and not have bigger thoughts?
It can be, but again, that's where as a team, we have to come together and say, yeah, we can think about, what the world wants and what the world sees and what the world's saying, or we can just again keep it within the locker room and just realize that if we do this together and we believe in each other and we commit to what our goal was, then we'll be okay. So it's definitely something that it's not like we're talking about it all day, all the time. It's like we're really just focused on staying healthy, doing well in training, preparing the best we can for each game, and just winning that game. So again, I think that's an important message that the leaders and the coaches can give to the entire group is that, hey, like one game at a time. I think that's just a huge theme for the season. Is if we're thinking about games ahead, doesn't mean we can't, but it may veer our focus away from being in the moment. So yeah.
You guys qualified for the CONCACAF Champions Cup after this campaign in 2024. How are you looking forward to that tournament in 2025?
Yeah, it's great that we qualified. I think there's kind of similar to Michelle's question in that we can't think too far ahead, but again, getting a spot in the CONCACAF Champions Cup is great. To again be competing in different tournaments and competitions is great for the club, great experience for the players. I think it's just another opportunity for us to get a trophy and test ourselves against really quality competition. So great to know that we qualified, but again, I think there's right now we're just focused on tomorrow night.
Has there been an adjustment to having Messi back on the field? I mean, the assumption from the outside is, best player in the world is coming back to the team. The team's just going to be even better. But he didn't play for 2.5 months. What adjustment has there been to having him on the field, and does it change the way the team plays, do you think?
Yeah, I mean he's our leader, so like he may have had 2.5 months away from the field, but he's someone that we look up to. He's someone that we value a lot, and so when he's on the field, I think our team is going to, of course, take the same approach when he was gone, that we're going to compete and win, and just know that he's going to be there for us to help us in moments that we may need him. So I think the important thing is just to keep on doing what we've been doing and understanding that now we have a world-class player on our team to come up in big moments like he's done since he's joined our club.
Drake, can you talk about squad study, the first day with the teams? How was the adaptation to the goalkeeper's staff and the first day here in Inter Miami?
Yeah, Oscar's great. I think he brings a lot of experience to the club. Played in some really quality teams. Has had a long career, and he's just been good vibes. It's always interesting adding players to your team when you're deep into the season. But he's someone who's come in. He's great for our locker room. He's great for the goalkeepers. CJ Cole, myself, we've already learned so much from him. He brings a different style. I think it's important to have a variety of skills within your GK union so then we can learn from each other and also compete and push each other to be better.
Drake, what kind of game do you expect from Charlotte later this weekend? Obviously, coming off a big win. So, what do you guys expect?
I mean, they're a quality team. They're competing. They have a lot of good players, and I think it's important that we don't get complacent. I think at this stage in the season, like any team can beat any team, and so I think we need to take advantage of being at home. We have to understand that they have threats, that they're good defensively, and that we just have to take our opportunities when we get them, and also be very sharp defensively because they've proven that they can score goals and get clean sheets.
We haven't asked you about how's your Spanish.
It's actually gotten better. And to your question, now well, I'll be able to express it better. With Oscar joining our GK group, now our goalie coach is speaking more Spanish with Oscar. In turn, I'm learning more about goalkeeping from a more like Spanish-speaking perspective, and Oscar is learning more from like an English-speaking perspective. So I find myself asking more questions about what our goalie coach is talking to Oscar about in Spanish, helping me learn different words and different styles too. So
You will be the Spanish.
I'll try. But
Get
yeah,
that out.
it's
Give us one word that you've learned in Spanish of goalkeeping words.
in goalkeeping words. Muy bien, yeah, this one. It's kind of hard to think of like on like
Yeah,
the spot.
on
It's
the
more in like the moment.
Yeah.
I'll kind of realize like he may say something, and I'll get bits and
You'll
pieces of it,
understand
and then I'll ask him to kind of like was this right? Was this wrong? So
Uh-huh.
it's been good though.
Thank you, Drake.
All right.
Good luck with that.
Thanks everyone.